हरे कृष्ण। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादि पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा. So I wish all of you a very happy Lord Rama installation day in Ayodhya. So this is the installation of Lord Ram's deity in Ayodhya. It's a very wonderful moment for all the devotees of Lord. So to continue the mood, I thought I'll just speak a little bit on Lord Ram. This is something which I spoke yesterday night in Bhakti Sangha. So I thought I will share with you some of the important understandings of Ramayana. Why, how to understand Lord Ram testing Mother Sita and Mother Sita entering into fire, and Lord Ram is banishing Mother Sita into the forest. So there are certain things that are little difficult for devotees to understand. Why did Lord behave in this particular way? So we'll try to understand these aspects. So first is I will share a different screen. So we'll see how the life of Lord Ram, it's a life is dedicated to dharma and which is called sacrifice. So the important principle to understand, the Lord is living based on dharma, and dharma is something very important to understand. Like there are two, like Krishna and Ram. Lord Ram's life is very straight and easy to understand because it is completely dharma. But whereas Krishna, it is little complicated. We need so much commentaries on it because why Krishna acted in a particular way. Because a person must very well understand that this requires certain sacrifice. If you take Lord Ram, the subtleties and all these things, it's actually very clean. like uh, there are people who are reading Ramayana from millenniums, and why it is because they're able to see the depth. Because of the depth, the story has that much value. That is the point. So what happens is that when a person makes certain sacrifices, the reward for this sacrifice is inner happiness. That is the first point. So the reward for sacrifice is inner happiness. So this is actually what Lord want to teach us. So when a person tries to look for happiness in external things or tries to buy happiness cheaply, he receives happiness, but it is for the price that he pays, and that much only he may get it. He receives something that seems to him happiness, but in the end leaves no trace in the heart. So it's actually what happens. There is no trace in the heart, means he will not get much from it, and and there will be no deeper. And he also pursues for this superficial, and as a result, he will also become superficial. But when a person follows some higher principles in life, even from the ordinary point of view, it may seem unhappiness. Inside, he will experience much more happiness than is accessible to any ordinary person. So that is the point. It will, like if you see the episode in Lord Ramas, when like even if you see that uh, people, they are ready to listen Ramayana many times, and they are experiencing so much bliss. because that is the depth of the story. That's why it is happening. So when we try to explain or tell that if when a person he builds his life on the right principles, although outwardly his life may seem more difficult, but inwardly it becomes much more deeper and meaningful. Clear? So this depth and content brings a man much more satisfaction and happiness, which is not available on a superficial level. And also, Ramayana is very mysterious book, although it is replicated in many ways. But there are so many points to understand, which gives huge lessons. Now, the reader of Ramayana only experience so much bliss. So, what to speak of a person who the heroes of Ramayana, how much bliss they must be experiencing, right? That is the point. So, and then we'll see that now Ram was sent. The Kaikai says you should go out, and Lord Ram he did not get disturbed. He was just calm. And when he goes to meet Dashrath Maharaj, and that time he was at Kaikai, he asks, "What is the matter with you? What happened to you?" And then what is the matter? He understood, and then it's done. Now, there is no compromise in Dharma. That is actually Ramayana. There is no compromise, and the because everything is built. That is what we need to do. We should build our lives on principles, the foundations of Dharma. The only way we can that can be revealed the secrets of love. So the secrets of love can be known when we the secrets of love. Of course, Ramayana has depth can bring certain. It has enormous psychological depths only. So the secrets of love, like if you see Krishna, Dashrath Maharaj he followed Dharma. He told Kaikai, I promise you two things, and he fulfilled. And Vasudeva also he promised to Kamsa that I'll give all the children to you. But Vasudeva did not keep the promise. He took Krishna to Gokul Mahavan. It looks like cheated because the evolution of from Lord Ramachandra to Krishna, then all the dharmas are broken in Krishna Lila. The story of Krishna, all dharmas are broken by just for the sake of love. Because the meaning of Krishna Lila is that love is above dharma. But in order to achieve that love that is above dharma, we need to first build our life based on dharma. That is the point. In order to, and this is a very important point. Yeah, we must build our life. Now we will see the past time. Now Krishna, Vasudeva, he just cheated. It looks like cheating. But we will understand what is the difference. If you want to be a proper Kshatriya, you just have to follow the word. Now, uh, after Lord Ram, he defeated Ravana, and he comes to this. Then Sita comes. So when Sita comes there, it is explained that she felt that she was nicely decorated and brought in front of Lord Ram. Now everybody was so excited, so happy that Mother Sita is coming. But what happens is that Lord Ram was very cold. She just trembled in herself into a cold ice. And she could not believe. And Lord Ram, he just, and everybody was, all the monkeys, they worked so hard, they were so excited. So they were so happy that it was such a dramatic situation because they prepared for so long, and for 10 months Mother Sita is separated and she lived with Ravana, of course, that time. But she was always feeling that separation. And she was nicely dressed and brought, but she understood. She trembled into some cold piece of ice. There was no feelings in Lord Ram. He was not even directly looking at Mother Sita. And he tells to Mother Sita, "Woman, I did whatever I could. I set you free from this demon. Now all 10 directions are yours. You can go anywhere you want." Then Sita looked at him, and again, she was also not having even slightest resentment. Nothing bad happened in her heart. This is the point I wanted to explain. Like, say, if somebody, uh, like, uh, not even slightest resentment in the heart. And she thought, oh, he wants it, so let it be like that only. That's what is Sita surrender to Ram. At that moment, Sita said, okay, good then. I will go into fire because I don't want to go any directions. And then Ram says to Lakshman, okay, then lit the fire. And Lakshman thought he was waiting for everything to see this. He thought it's a bad joke. But there's no option for him. And Sita also says, Lakshman, do it fast and get the fire. And she did not have even slightest resentment. And there was only one feeling inside. What is that feeling? That he wants it, that means I will do it. So it is necessary. So this is for the common good. That's what Sita thought. And Sita says when Valmiki says when Sita enters into the fire, all the demigods, all the people, they were gasping. They were feeling so sad. And then fire god comes out bringing Mother Sita when she enters. And he says, my dear Lord, why you want to kill her? Kill me. Because her chastity is so powerful. Because of that power, I will be killed. So Agnidev was so much terrified when Mother Sita is entering into her. He said, I cannot handle. And he says that what to speak, even the flowers she is wearing, I cannot dry them. And the sweat which is on her forehead, I could not even evaporate that much. So can you imagine how much powerful she is? She is very chaste, not even a trace of any blemish. So please accept. So Lord accepts. And then, so this is actually the real feelings. It has nothing to do with something external. The feelings are so deep because real life is built on sacrifice. This is reality. It is not some our the love which is shown in Bollywood, Tollywood movies. It is not like that. The real life, because real life is built on sacrifice, and a person builds his life on sacrifice, this makes his heart very deep. And deep feeling can appear in a deep heart. And the heart is superficial, and the heart is like a puddle, and it can go away. But they, but it will pass away very fast. But in a glass of water, you can create a storm. It's not possible in ocean so easily. And then another incident which is very controversial is Lord Ram sending Sita to forest. Now he did not even find it necessary to clarify with Mother Sita that so and so this fellow is speaking. I wanted to protect the dharma. That's why I'm sending you to the forest. No, he did not even go and try to apologize and try to pacify her and all these things. He did not even feel it is necessary. He just trusted her so much that he he felt he had that full confidence that she will never misunderstand. And he told Lakshmana, take her because she wanted to go to the forest. Take her and send her to take her and then drop in the forest. And then she Lakshmana goes. He could not believe his ears. He goes to Mother Sita and says, "You wanted to visit forest. Lord Ram told me to take you." And she thought, "I am going for a sightseeing." And she goes. And once he gets down, he says, "No, Lord Ram told not to come back. You can better stay here whole life." And initially, Sita faints, surprise. But when she comes to herself, she comes to Lakshmana and says, "Okay, if this makes my husband this is makes my husband happy, then that is good for me. This is the best thing I could do." And you tell the peril of Raghuvamsha, who appeared in the bosom of, who was born from the shell of Kausalya. So this is very important. What Sita says, this is a nice thing to hear, that there will be no woman happier than me. That's what Sita says. And she means it. Because from now on, I know his reputation is impeccable. And tell him not to grieve, because I'll be very happy here in the forest. No one will be happier than me. Living here in the forest in separation for him, because I will know that I will not cast a shadow on his reputation. So that's what is Ramayana is. It is so deep that it is not easily understood. That's why, because Ramayana does not teach any relative morality on a relative platform. It gives an absolute law of morality. And when a person follows these laws of morality, then this is good in any case. So the meaning is that Ramayana, that a person can build a life on these laws and be happy inside. So because materialism is actually relative moralities, but Ramayana and Dharma is, the standards are already given. Just have to follow that only. You cannot change it. Like say now the morality of the people. Now I was telling, we were discussing example like abortion in 1960s and all. Even in America, abortion is illegal, and in 80s it became legal. And same-sex marriage was illegal in 80s. Now it is legal. Same thing in India. Some things are illegal previously, they are becoming legal. That means what? It is relative. Now something illegal now, in future it will become legal. People don't mind. Now there was, if there is any adultery in between husband and wife, it was considered illegal. Now they say no, no, it's okay, legal. There can be adultery. If wife and husband, if they do some mistake and they're having some illicit connection, it is not any problem. Now, why it is? Because there is relative morality. No, we need to follow absolute. So Ramayana, why it is so deep? Why people after millenniums and millions also they are hearing it and still they feel, they are just tears in eyes and spellbound in hearing the story. And you can take any number of movies and again people go and watch it, because the depth is there, the dharma is there, which is giving that. And by following, people can rise to the level of prema. That is the point. That means we need to follow why Prabhupada gave the regulative principles, because that is dharma. That will help us to raise ourselves to the level of prema. That is the help. And that is what Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita also. So people who have lived a pious life, that is spiritual life also, which they are free from sinful activities, it helps them to grow very fast. It's very, very conducive. That is the point. So this is for inviting Lord Ram in our heart. If we want, we need to learn this dharma which he is following, and this is what he came to establish. Lord Ram is Maryada Purushottam. He went to the extreme ends to establish dharma in terms of his relation with his, following his order of the father, or in terms of the relation with his wife also, and the what he want to establish. So he went to the extreme ends. He said, "This is what is the highest dharma, and I'll follow." So he established the absolute standards. Any questions on this? Okay. We will just read some purports then. It was so observed that by Vidra that Uddhava had all transcendental bodily changes due to ecstasy and he was trying to wipe away tears of separation from his eyes. So now the context is that Vidra meets Uddhava and then they are both discussing. Now, first thing in the previous chapter, if you remember, he asked about all the Yaduvamsha and then he asked about Pandavas. And Uddhava, as soon as he heard, he went into ecstasy. And it said it was in the previous translation, right? That for a moment he remained dead silent and his body did not move. He became absorbed in the nectar of remembering the Lord's lotus feet in devotional ecstasy, and he appeared to be going increasingly deeper into ecstasy. And here it was so observed Vedra that Uddhava had all transcendental bodily changes due to total ecstasy and he was trying to wipe away tears of separation from his eyes. Thus, Vidra could understand that Uddhava had completely assimilated extensive love for Lord. So, this is the purpose of life. Prabhupada, the symptoms of highest order of devotional life are observed by Vidra, an experienced devotee of the Lord, and he confirmed Uddhava's perfectional stage of love of God. Ecstatic bodily changes are manifested from the spiritual plane and are not artificially expression developed by practice. So it's very deep. There are three different stages of development in devotional service. The first stage is that of following the regulative principles prescribed in the code of devotional service. The second is that of assimilation and realization of the steady condition of devotional service. And the last stage is that of the ecstatic symptoms of transcendental bodily expressions. The 9 different modes of devotional service, such as hearing, chanting, and remembering, are the beginning of the process. By regular hearing of glories and pastimes of Lord, the impurities in the student's hearts began to wash off. The more one is cleansed of impurities, the more one becomes fixed in devotional service. Gradually, the activities take the form of steadiness, firm faith, taste, realization, and assimilation one after another. These different stages of gradual development increases love of God to the highest stage. And the highest stage, there are still more symptoms such as affection, anger, and attachment, gradually rising in exceptional cases to the Mahabhav stage, which is generally not possible for living entities. All these were manifested by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the personification of love of God. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Srila Rupa Goswami, the chief disciple of Srila Sanat Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, these transcendental symptoms displayed by pure devotee like Uddhava are symptoms systematically described. We have written a summary study of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu entitled The Nectar of Devotion, and one may consult this book for more detailed information on the science of devotional service. So, Sanakair Lokan na lokam punaragata vimrajya nritare viduram pritya odava utsmayan. It says that the great devotee Vidura soon came back from the abode of the Lord to the human plane and wiping his eyes, he awakened his remnants of the past and spoke to Vidura in a pleasing mood. When Uddhava was fully absorbed in transcendental ecstasy of love of God, he actually forgot all about the external world. The pure devotee lives constantly in the abode of Supreme Lord, even in the present body, which apparently belongs to this world. The pure devotee is not exactly on the bodily plane, since he is absorbed in the transcendental thought of the Supreme. When Uddhava wanted to speak to Vidura, he came down from the abode of the Lord Dwarka to the material plane of human being. Even though a pure devotee is present in the mortal plane, he is there in relation to the Lord for engagement in transcendental loving service and not for any material cause. So this is a very nice point. So devotees are always in the spiritual realm. A living entity can live either on the material plane or in the transcendental abode of the Lord, in accordance with his existential condition. The conditional changes of the living entities are explained Chaitanya Charitamrita in the instructions given by Srila Rupa Goswami. The living entity are all over the universe are enjoying the effects of repetitive fruitive results of their own work, life after life. Out of all of them, some may be influenced by the association of pure devotees and thus get the chance to execute devotional service by attainment of taste. This taste is the seed of devotional service, and one who is fortunate enough to have received such a seed is advised to sow it in the core of his heart. As one cultivates a seed by pouring water to fructify it, the seed of devotional service sown in the heart of the devotee may be cultured by the pouring of water in the form of hearing and chanting of the holy name and pastimes of the Lord. The creeper of devotional service, so nourished, gradually grows, and the devotee, acting as a guardian, goes on pouring the water of constant hearing and chanting. The creeper of devotional service gradually grows so high that it passes through the entire material universe and enters into spiritual sky, growing still higher and higher until it reaches the plain goal of Vrindavan. The devotee gardener is in touch with the abode of the Lord, even from the material plane by dint of performing devotional service to the Lord, simply by hearing and chanting. As a creeper takes shelter of another stronger tree, similar to the creeper of devotional service, nourished by the devotee, takes shelter of the lotus feet of Lord and thus becomes fixed. When the creeper is fixed, then the fruit of the creeper comes into existence, and the gardener who nourishes is able to enjoy its fruits of love, and his life becomes successful. That Uddhava attained this stage is evident from his dealings. He could simultaneously reach the supreme plane and still appear in this world. This is a very important purport. We need to understand how gradually the bhakti creeper grows in our heart and how it is nourished. This is a very important understanding. First is we need to get association of devotees. So he says, out of them, some may be influenced by the association of pure devotees and gets chance to attain taste. That is Sushusho Shaddanasya Vasudeva Kataruchi. We just want to hear about Krishna. This taste is the seed of devotional service. That is the Shraddha seed we get. That Shraddha is the most important thing we need to give. And one who is fortunate enough to have received such a seed is advised to sow it in the core of his heart. We need to have this pure Shraddha. As one cultivates a seed by pouring water, so how we cultivate our heart? This is from Madhuri Kadam and everything. So how we do it? By regularly hearing and chanting. So hearing and chanting is like watering. It is very clear. Hearing and chanting is water. And then the creeper of devotional is so nourished gradually, and devotees acting as a gardener goes on pouring water by constant hearing chatter. The creeper of devotion grows so high it passes through the entire universe and enter into Vrindavan. So this is what happens. So the hearing and chanting is taking to that level all of us. And then we'll the roots are here, but the fruits are in Goloka. Flowers are there, that is offered. As a creeper takes shelter of stronger uh, trees, similarly, creeper devotion nourished by devotees take shelter of lotus feet of Krishna. That's what it happens. So the creeper is fixed, and the gardener who nourishes is able to enjoy its fruits. That is love of God. So very nice. So this very famous shloka. Uddhava vacha Krishna domni nimloche गृणेषु अजगरेणः किं नु न कुशलं भ्रूयां गतः श्रीषु गृहे अहं वृषयः. This is, my dear Uddhava, the son of the bird, Lord Krishna had said, our house has now been swallowed by the great snake of time. What can I say to you about our welfare? So this is Grineshu Ajagarenaha. So it is the snake as the snake of time. It is swallowing. So this is we will just read this one purport. This is the disappearance of Krishna. The sun may be explained as follows. According to the commentary of Srila Vishnu Chakra Thakur, Vidra was struck with great sorrow when he got the hint of annihilation of great Edu dynasty as well as his own family, the Kuru dynasty. Uddhava could understand the grief of Udra, and therefore he first of all wanted to sympathize with him by saying that after the sunset, everyone is in darkness. Since the entire world was merged in the darkness of grief, neither Vidura nor Uddhava nor anyone else could be happy. Uddhava was as much aggrieved as Vidura, and there was nothing further to be said about their welfare. The comparison of Krishna to the sun is appropriate. As soon as the sun set, darkness automatically appears. But darkness experienced by the common does not affect the sun itself, neither at the time of sunrise or sunset. Lord Krishna's appearance and disappearance are exactly like that of the sun. He appears and disappears in innumerable universes, and as long as he is present in a particular universe, there are transcendental light in that universe. But the universe from which he passes away is put into darkness. His pastimes, however, everlasting. The Lord is always present in some universe, just as sun is present in either the eastern or western hemisphere. The sun is always present either in India or in America. But when the sun is present in India, the American land is in darkness, and the sun is present in America, the Indian hemisphere in darkness. As the sun appears in the morning and gradually rises to the meridian, and then again sets in another hemisphere, while simultaneously rising in another. So, Lord Krishna's appearance in one universe and the beginning of his different pastimes in another takes place simultaneously. So, here he is appearing, there he is setting. As soon as the pastime is finished here, it manifests in another. Not only just Krishna, like Krishna is killing Putana here, the Putana pastime will take place in another universe. That's why when you go to the place of Putana pastime, the pastime always takes place, but in different universes. As soon as he finished pastime here, it is manifest in another universe. And thus his Nitya Leela or eternal pastimes are going on without ending. As the sunrise takes place once in 24 hours, similarly, the pastimes of Lord Krishna takes place in the universe once in a day of Brahma. So this is the time. As the sun sets, the snakes becomes powerful, thieves are encouraged, ghost becomes active, and the lotus becomes disfigured. And the Chakravaka laments. So with the disappearance of Lord Krishna, the deities feel enlivened and the devotees feel sorrow. So I wish happy Lord Ram uh, installation day. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada.